Hello and welcome to my first video on how to use Exittix. First thing you need to do is you need to go to exittix.com. You'll see that my pointer is circling the link above. You need to create a username and password. All it requires is a email address. You don't need to give them any other information. As you can see, it's also available for the Chrome Web Store, Apple Store, App Store, and the Google Play for education. So your kids can download it onto their computer or their phone as well as you can too. You can design assessments on your phone as well. So let's log in and check it out. So as you can see here, I have my classes set up. There's some test classes as well as my actual class 1 group for the honors geometry, the other for the standard geometry. But this first video is on creating a new assessment. So if you want to create a new assessment, you just click New Assessment. You'll notice that there are 4 types. You have the Quicklets, which is a fast assessment. You type it in, give them a time, select the right answer, give it to the class. A much more impromptu, if you realize that they're having some issues at a certain skill, you can adjust it right there. You'll notice that there are 3 options. You have the multiple choice, the true, false, and the free response. You select the right answer, you can watch the kids answer in real time. The main assessment that I use, the assessment setup is all the same way, is I tend to use the exit. The way you create an exit, first you title your assessment. We'll call this one Practice. You can select the standards from Common Core. There's some other standards up there as well. For math, they have them for the National Council of Math Teachers. You can make it timed. I do like to reveal the answer. I mean, it takes a little bit of time for your, to develop a trust with your children like that. You can show result at the end of their score. And I do not prefer to randomize the order. I prefer to leave it just in the order it comes. You can select the class that you would like to do it on or assign to it, and then the amount of time you can do for single day, or you can do it to to from. So if you select to to from, it gives you a start, when it's open till up until that certain time. All right, so we'll get to the actual creating of the test. Now, you'll see that here's the editor. So in the editor, you have the overview tab, which is the general information, and here's the second tab is questions. When you want to add a question, you just select Add Questions, and you have 3 choices. You have the multiple choice, you have the free response, and the true false. I'm going to show you one of each. If you want to create a multiple choice, you just select question, you title the question. We'll call this one Centers of a Triangle. You can select the difficulty level. You can type in an answer. So you type in a question. What center is formed by the intersection of all angle bisectors? You can also cut and paste in pictures, images. You can use the snipping tool and drop stuff in. You can adjust the font size, whatever's easiest for you. You can drop in something from Microsoft Word, as you can see here. Then you drop in your choices. So you could say in center, circumcenter, centroid, and then lastly we have our orthocenter. Now the one thing that I've been having trouble with is adjusting the points for each problem. As of right now, I just assign 1 point per question. You select the right answer. If you would like, you can add additional choices. I could say, I don't know, extocenter. And you can keep adding them up to 10 choices. Once you've done that, you have your question. It's very, very simple. You can actually do similar things. Let's say I wanted to modify this question. You can copy and paste questions, and here's how you edit the question as well. Let's add a true-false. Very similar setup. You title it, set the level of difficulty. I'll call this one easy because it's 50-50 shot. Is Mr. Chodakal funny? I will select the answer being false. And we have a true-false question as well. You'll notice that they're color-coded on the side. The last one, let's add a free response. Now, the sad thing about a free response is you have to put in a correct answer. Now, for these correct answers, obviously, sentences aren't not going to work for this because there's no way your students are going to match up exactly what the sentences that you want them to write down. So it's good for math where we can practice grid-in questions or some basic response, where they have to create a little bit more to it. You can see down here, you can have multiple answers. You just have to separate them by a colon. Like I said, the one that they use is 42. I'll say I want to use 50. You can put in the colon. You can also type in 50, and you guys get the idea from there. You type in your question, same as before. Same options, same setup. Drop in something from Word. You can drop in a hyperlink. That includes videos. You can also drop in images. So as you can see from here, it's really, really easy to create these assessments. I have not maxed out the number of questions for multiple assessments. For the basic edition, you can have up to 10 questions, whether that be free response, multiple choice, etc. And like I said, it's really easy to duplicate problems. If you want to duplicate a problem, just drops it right in there. If I want to change this a little bit, I can change it to, I don't know, medians, etc. Same choices are still down there, save you a little bit of time. Then the last thing you want to do is you want to preview it so you can see what the questions will look like, the correct answer just to make sure you're correct, and you can work from there. So you just hit save, save and close. All right, so you've saved and closed your assignment, and let's say you want to assign it to a class. We just created this exit that's practice. You select it. You can choose from any of the number of classes you have in the lower right-hand corner. You'll see down here. You can make it hidden. You can make it visible to them, but you can't assign it to more than one course at a time. So one class has to finish it, then the other class can be assigned to them as well. So once you have it assigned to your class, they can work on it through a series of time. You can have it timed. It's really at your discretion at that point.